So yeah, another Spurs game in the books combined with the demolition derby in the Camping World Truck Series where Bitch Boy Ben won it. Like he locked himself into the playoffs right off the bat instead of waiting till the very last minute like last year when he won. When he won at Darlington just right before the playoffs. But I'm going to save that conversation on my YouTube channel, like after the 500 on Sunday when I talk about all the races during Speed Weeks on my YouTube channel. So for now, we're just going to talk about the Spurs game. I was going back and forth between that and the truck race, so the TV and the remote got the workout of its life, and that's gonna be happening a lot throughout the year as long as Spurs and NASCAR are going on at the same time throughout the year. So anyway, yeah, it was like from start to finish, like we I don't know what happened exactly in the first quarter. That's why I kind of like stuttered there a little bit. I was flipping between the race and the game, but I know in the second quarter we put the hammer down and like laid a can of ass whooping on them and stomped them like Darryl Waltrip. It was so good to the point where even Quinndary finally got some heavy playing time like he deserved. Like, where was that when he needed it and deserved it last season? Keita Bates-Diop got some playing time too. And I'll never understand why Rudy was out there to begin the fourth quarter and we were up like 30, 40 something because he was breaking everything. And I said on Twitter that he was this year's Marco, but at the same time, he's not as bad as Marco, but he's like this year's version of Marco. Like, not as in terms of being bad, but like taking up minutes that the young guys deserve. Like, Rudy, taking Devin's minutes this year every now and then was like Marco taking Lonnie's minutes like almost all the time a year ago before the season was stopped due to COVID. So, yeah. But then again, the Spurs bench needs more playing time, like somebody on Twitter said, a person I don't even follow, but she's right. Spurs deserve more. I mean, the bench deserves more playing time because we had like a 40-some lead about to grow it to 50-something, 50 or higher, and then we just tarnished an 11-point lead. Like, we tarnished it, and it ended up being an 11-point lead at the final buzzer. Like, we need more playing time for the Spurs bench. Like, Pop cannot be this stubborn. Even in commanding, commanding leads with big wins, because playing the veterans of all 48 minutes is not going to cut it, even in wins. Like, let the young guns and the bench in general play, even during blowout wins, because that's when the lead will get bigger and bigger. Although this is not the first time where we almost blew the game at the very end when we were putting away. Even during the years of the big three with Duncan, Parker, Ginobili, Danny, and also nephew, the backstabber on the team. I remember one time in the 12-13 season we played against Dallas on the Estupido Pendejo network, and we were kicking their asses. I don't even think Duncan was playing. There was no Duncan. I don't think. Yeah, the big three wasn't playing. Maybe the backstabber might have been playing, and Danny, I don't know. It was a long time ago, but we had a gigantic lead. Me and a few friends, one I went to school with at the time, and one that was one of my friends in the autistic school in Michigan. We were like doing a little conference call, audio only, for the game, and we were kicking ass. But as soon as we hung up and got done with the call, we almost blew the game at the very end, and like barely. We were up by 20, 30 something in that one back in the day, and we won it by 4. I mean, scared me to death, and then almost felt the same vibes tonight. So, like, do a good job of, like, holding on to a lead when you're getting ready to put the game away and the lead is big. And one of the Barney actors passed away today. The actress who played Stella, the storyteller. So my thoughts and prayers go out to her and her family, let alone it's adding insult to injury, because remember, like a year or two ago, her son died too. Her son died first, like a few years ago. So it was a really bad accident that gave him that, he did, they took his life because he died from fatal injuries. Well, she joined his son in heaven. I know her name's Phyllis, but I can't say her last name. So my thoughts and prayers go out to not only her, her son, her family, but also the entire Barney family from when I was a child. You know, the old school generation of 1988 to 2002. So I will see you guys on Sunday for the next Spurs game review here on Instagram after the Spurs Hornets game, which is going to take place after the Daytona 500. And I will see you on YouTube for like hopefully some race reactions to the Xfinity race and the Daytona 500 and maybe the Spurs game, and then I'll do a Daytona 500 race week review on my YouTube channel. So have a good night tonight. I normally say this on YouTube, but on Instagram we're going to say this tonight only, and maybe every once in a while after that. Have a good night tonight and a better day tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Good night.